Okay. All right. So we are recording. It is Wednesday, October 7th. So we'll just obviously review. We got 21 Day Fix on sale, 21 Day Fix Extreme, and Body Beast for $140. Cool thing about 21 Day Fix is you get this cooler too. It's like this new cooler that comes with it. So that's a nice free plus that people get that we've not had before. I posted some really good videos that they've created that are new. So they're good ones you can share with people. I actually shared today one tonight. Like I shared Carl Deichler's post and it had the video. Mm-hmm. I don't usually, but I was like, well, let's give it a try and see if it, gets anything. So that's something that's a little different. In terms of advertising it, you guys know, like you can do the Shakeology, you get this for $10. I know some people get this, sign up as a coach, you can get it for free. So it could be just giving them the rebate of $10 if they sign up as a coach. So the free challenge, I wanted to just walk through that with you guys so you know kind of how it works if you've never done one before. I see Chloe, but I don't see her yet. She's added on here. So basically, the reason we do separate invites for the free challenge, the only reason is because when you invite all your friends, and then as people add on, as you have the time, shoot a private message to them, and it can be something you copy and paste to different, to everybody. Hey, thanks for joining my 10 miles in 10 days group. I'm really excited about this. Please just go ahead and click invite and invite 10 of your friends to join us. The more the merrier, something like that. So that encourages them to invite their friends. So as they invite their friends and their friends join, as you scroll down, I actually find it a lot easier to do on my phone. I don't know if you guys have tried the difference, but if you go to your events on your phone, hi, Chloe.
Hey.
So if you go to your events on your phone and you scroll down, scroll to that event, if you scroll all the way down, it separates your friends from your not friends. So a couple times a day, I'll go to my event, my 10 miles in 10 days, and whoever has invited additional people, well, those people have joined and they're not my friends, and I start clicking and adding them to my friends list.
Yeah.
As they accept, I send them a private message. Hey, thank you so much for joining our free group. Invite your friends. Not everybody invites friends, but some people do. So then you end up adding however many new friends to your friends list. And these are people that later down the road start seeing your advertisements and stuff. But that is why we do separate invites, because I don't want you inviting people and having them invite friends and then somehow I add them to my friends list and it gets all mishmashed with who's your friend, who's not my friends for the business side of things.
Yeah.
So what we do, once you've done that and you've till the very end, you can, in your event, you can come once a day, add something fun. Hey, share this with more friends. I'm almost at 200. Let's get to 250, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. So then as we get closer, I start posting, hey, make sure you accept my friend request if I've sent you one, or I can't move you to the free group. If you're adding any friends, do it now because we're going to move. So then what we explain to them is, from here, I'm going to move you to our team free group. It'll show up in the group section, and that's where the daily posts will be. So then I will open probably Friday or Saturday. I'll open up the group and add you guys to it. So then whenever you have time between Friday and Sunday night, you just go into the group and add your people all in there. And then we can, by Friday, I'll set up a schedule for whoever volunteered to post stuff, and I'll put it out there. So you guys, if you use Hootsuite, you can Hootsuite it. If you don't, you can get on there. It doesn't have to be a set time. You don't have to do every day at 10 a.m. or whatever. Just around that time, say you do the recipe, one person does a great, informational post, one's inspirational. I'll figure it out. This one's going to be really low-key because there isn't really going to be much instruction to teach them. People are just going to have to be on their own to log. And we'll say something in the beginning, like you log your own miles, like, you know, and whoever gets it, we'll do like a celebratory post. I'm not going to give away a free gift or anything like that. It's just a fun, free group. I don't feel like I should do giveaways just because of every group, you know. So, so the whole point of this is not to spend a lot of your time on it, but it is to give you an advantage of adding new people. Because when you get to that point, you've run out of people, this is your way of adding to your network. You know, and, you know, they may be people that might unfriend you shortly after, but that's okay. Or they may be people, one thing to be warned of, I have been put in Facebook jail a few times because when you start friend requesting a lot of people and you don't know them as friends and family, sometimes they don't let you friend request anybody for like 2 or 3 days after. It doesn't, I mean, it's only happened once or twice, but like when you have a big group that are, if you have a big group that happens to be adding a lot of people that you are friend requesting all these people, well, it sometimes asks these people, do you know Rania's site? And then people will say no. And so if after a certain amount of people say, I don't know her, she's not friends or family, then they give you a warning. But hey, then you don't need to add friend request anybody for 3 days anyway, so you're good. So the good part is this is my way, like, you know, you're supposed to add 3 people a day. Well, usually based on my challenge groups, I like kind of add like, say 10, 15 people at least in this amount of time. Well, that takes over a lot of my month of worrying about adding new people. Like then I can focus on giving them a few weeks. And then from there, start inviting them or, you know, talking to them about what they do. Typically, about halfway through the group, I start messaging them. I'll message them, hey, how are you liking the group so far? What are some other things that you do in addition to running? Stuff like that. And then they'll respond what they do or how they're liking it. And then from there, I'm like, well, I'm not sure if you noticed, but this is what I do. And if it's ever anything you'd be interested in, let me know. So that kind of gets the conversation going sometimes. So, you know, it's a good way to kind of just start forming somebody and talking to them about what you do. So that's the free challenge. Do you guys have any questions about that so far? Does it make sense?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You guys okay? All right, cool. So, like I said on the post, the team, I guess we're going to figure out, we're going to do a daytime team call too, because it sounds like we can get some daytime people, and then I'm going to work on finding and see what we got for evening and what time works best for people West Coast. I'm thinking noonish, 12:15, because I got to pick up Lila at 1:30, so that's probably a good time. I don't know what day of the week yet. Do you guys have a preference since you guys are on the call? Rachel or Chloe, does it matter what day of the week we do a call?
No, any day of the week is good.
Okay. All right. So probably I'm thinking Mondays are hard for me to like focus on anything, just because I feel like I'm catching up on everything on Mondays. So probably it'll be a Tuesday or Wednesday is what I'm thinking.
That works.
So that is that. So tonight I was going to talk about handling objections and a few things, just some tips and stuff. I was watching a Melanie Mitro YouTube video tonight on handling objections. So I got a couple tips from her. I don't know if you don't know who Melanie Mitro is, she was the 2014 top coach for Beachbody. So if you ever, she's always really sweet and great videos. So if you ever YouTube her, she's got a lot of really good information. So a few things, and then I read up on some stuff too. You know, I know that you guys know that we all get no's, and you're going to get no's. And, you know, what we always say is the more no's, the better, because obviously then you're going to get yeses. But still, it stinks to get no's, and it's still, you know, and I think the more that you practice handling objections and the more ways that you come about saying things to people, it becomes easier. But just a few things that I've found to be successful with was, and actually she mentioned one was called breadcrumbing. So, you know, when somebody's going to be like, hey, I saw your post on the 21-day fix, how much is it? Well, you don't want to just be like, oh, it's $140. Here's my link to order, because that's going to probably be like, whoa, like that's a lot of money, you know? So you're going to get a money objection. Honestly, I don't really talk about money until like the very end, and that's like if they're specifically asking me. So like she said, you kind of do something more like breadcrumbing. So, hey, I saw your challenge group about the 21-day fix, you know, and so you're like, great. Well, first, before we even talk about the 21-day fix, let's talk about what you need. What are your goals? What have you been doing? Tell me about yourself. You know, what kind of workouts do you like to do? Would you consider yourself a beginner, advanced? So you want to ask them questions first and be like, you know, my job is to make sure we find the best program for you. Just because 21-day fix is on sale doesn't mean it's right for you. So let's talk more about what works for you, and then I'll send you some video clips, and then we'll see what works. So just like we always do, you know, we'll ask them questions and we'll find out what they like. We'll send them video clips. And then, you know, then they might ask you, okay, I really think I want to do T25. Great. Well, that one's a little pricier. So then you give them the price and they're like, oh, I can't afford it. Okay, well, let's see if we can find something that's a little less expensive. Here are some other options. Now, with that said, if you're giving them 21-day fix, that's on sale. Obviously, there aren't going to be many other options for them. But that's okay, because then you can be like, okay, well, tell me what, one question that I have found to be successful with is asking them, well, can you tell me what's holding you back? You know, is it the money? Is it the, you know, the lack of time? Is it, you know, I don't know if I'll really do this. And then that's where you kind of can talk to them about, well, you know, if it's a money thing, okay, I can understand that, but how much is this worth it to you? Like, do you feel like you could afford to spend? Basically it breaks down to like $4 a day, or because if you're getting Shakeology with Challenge Pack, it's only $10 extra dollars. So it breaks down to like $5 at most a day. It's not even. Is that enough for you? You know, do you feel like that's something that you would be willing to, you know, put aside? Would you be willing to put that in a jar every day and see by the end of the month if you've made enough to, you know, order the challenge pack? You know, whatever you feel like comes from you, obviously being yourself. But those are a few things. Asking questions, asking what's holding you back. One thing I know I've mentioned before, but feel, felt, found. So she's so cute in the background. Oh my God. So feel, felt, found. So I feel, you know, saying, you know, I know exactly how you feel. When I first started this, I felt the same way. But I have found that this has been life-changing for me, and it is beyond worth every penny I spend on Shakeology every day. Or, you know, I feel that, you know, I understand how you feel. A lot of my customers feel the same way. But I found that our accountability group is so supportive that you could ask anybody in there whether, you know, they appreciate the money they've spent towards this program or whatever. So the feel, felt, found is really helpful way to approach that too. You know, if they're a no, then maybe asking for referrals. Be like, okay, well, do you have any friends who you think might be interested in, you know, that's okay. Then they may say, oh, well, hold on. One thing I'm doing now is actually called Recruit 20 in 30 days. So it's like this Eric War program where you talk to 300 people in 30 days. And out of the 300, you get, you know, hopefully at 10 to 20 new recruits. So like there's a script you follow, I'm following it, and it's more on the business. Like I'm specifically asking them if they want to be coaches. It's not really selling the programs right now. I'm kind of trying to look for business builders. So the point of me talking about that though is You start off by saying, actually, hey, I actually want to just take some time to see if you know anybody who would be interested in learning more about a health and fitness program and working from home. Well, half the time, you get no, but then you're like, okay, well, what's something you would be interested in? So you're not asking them to buy starting out. You're actually asking for referrals. And then if they say yes or no, then you're like, well, do you think it's something you would be interested in as well? So I found it really interesting because a couple people were like, well, hold on, I think I'd be interested in. Can you tell me more about it? So, you're setting out to ask for referrals, which is always a good thing. And people are like, yeah, I know some friends, maybe, and so I sent them my webinar. And I'm like, it may go somewhere, it may not. But, some people are all saying, well, I'll send it to them, but maybe I'll check it out as well. So you never know. So asking for referrals is also a good way to say, this is something I'm doing right now. If you have any friends that might be interested in it, and then going from there. Okay, when I was listening to Melanie Mitro's call, she was, basically, as we've all said, like, these people could go on beachbody.com, they can go on Amazon, they can go on eBay and buy these programs. That's the prices are the same, it's no different. But what they're buying is they're buying you. So, when somebody's saying that there's an objection and they're like, oh, I don't know, well, then you know what you do get in this program? You get me. I'm here to support you 100% of the way. I'm here to help you when you're having a bad day. Our accountability group is awesome. Like, things like that is something that you really need to sell to people and promote to people and share how awesome our accountability group is. I mean, in my 2 years of doing this, I have not participated in an accountability group as fun and supportive as the one we have going on right now. I'll be honest. Like, it is really great. And people are like on there and people are active. And this has been the best group I've ever done. So share that with people. I mean, who would not want to be with us? Like, we're so much fun. Like, how could they not want to do this, And that's what people need to see. So, and as things, as you think about things or you hear something, write it down and then work on that strategy of handling that obstacle. Like, if it worked one time for you, like one time, what's holding you back really worked for me. So then I'm like, okay, I got to put that somewhere. Because then every once in a while I'm like, oh, why am I not asking what's holding them back, So there's just strategies and things that the more you do it, the more it becomes natural. But, just because somebody says no, don't be like, okay, thanks, I'll talk to you later. Talk to them, find out why. I mean, because I did that. I'd be like, okay, no problem. It's okay. Well, but can you just tell me why? Like, I don't think anybody would be opposed to saying, well, can you tell me why? Okay, I can understand that. And if it's totally reasonable, no problem. No problem. Maybe, do you mind if I check back with you in a few weeks after you started your new job or after the holidays or whatever? But just be sure to not just say, give it a chance. Give them a chance to give you a reason, like, why. And get to know them really well before you just let it move on to just saying no thank you, You can read people pretty well too, and you can read people to know if no is really no, or if no is not right now. So, Catherine?
I did have a question. I friended somebody from grade school this past week, and so we just started talking. Anyway, she reached out to me today and said, hey, do you sell Beachbody products? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm one of their coaches. So she was like, can I order PIO through you? So right now I asked her if she'd ever used any other Beachbody products, and she said no, but she's looking for something to do in the wintertime. So right now I'm kind of trying to figure out how to bridge the gap to Shakeology. It seems like an easy question, but I don't want to scare her off.
Yeah.
Well, have you done the, does she for sure want PIO, or have you kind of talked more about I want to make sure this is really the right program for you and that kind of thing?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. She said she really likes Pilates and yoga, and so she had looked at it online and thought that would be a good fit for her.
have you ever tried or heard of Shakeology? Do you know anything about it? Is kind of how I'd approach it before. You don't have to like just be like, have you ever tried it? Have you ever heard of it? And then if she says, no, I don't want it for sure, I'd be like, okay, well, just keep in mind we have some really great packs that pack it, like it comes as a pack where it's a really great price to get both of them together. You could try it for a month. It's got, I can send you some video clips on it. That I would just, it is kind of hard. I mean, at that point, just be like, to me, I love PIO, but to me, part of what we do as coaches and, embodies the nutrition side of things and the physical side of things. And Shakeology is a really great combo. Plus, as a challenge group, you also get our awesome accountability group, kind of thing. Again, I know we don't really only do the challenge groups just for the challenge pack customers, but I kind of do promote it with the challenge pack. It kind of does go together. So I would just kind of say something like that, or just kind of go with, hey, before you order, have you ever considered Shakeology, or do you know anything about it? Because a lot of people don't really know what it is, and they kind of make assumptions of what it is, or think that they know what it is, or think that they, it's just like every other shake. So I think that for her, like, maybe she has this organic based living, or like, because I just think Pilates and yoga, it could be totally stereotyping. But if she is, then, where do the products come from is a really great video clip you could send her. So, I think that, there is no other, like we said, Go for No is an awesome book. There's no other, this business is what it is. You're going to get no's. The more no's you get, the more yeses come to, and that's just how it is. The more, I have literally probably, 75 people I think I sent messages to in the last 3 days, and I have probably sent my webinar out 15 times, but I have one new coach and one more maybe signing up. So, the more people out of 75, 60 of them haven't even responded probably, that's okay. Just keep going, you just keep going until you find those people that are right for you. So, in terms of objections, you guys have any questions or anything else, like anything, other situations you've come across or something you found to be helpful? Anything like that?
I am, Catherine, I had somebody who was interested in a 21-day fix, and I talked to her about Shakeology, and she bought 21-day fix, and she didn't do it as a challenge pack, but she did get a sampler to try it. So I figured at least that was something.
Mm-hmm.
She actually went through a lot to order a sampler because it wouldn't let her order the sampler. And so she ended up getting the vegan sampler. But I was like, good on you for keeping
Yeah, really.
Yeah, she said she put the regular sampler in her cart. Like she tried like 3 times with just one, and it kept telling her you have too many samples in your cart or something, because I guess you can only order one of them.
Yeah.
You can't order like 3 sample packs or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I figured, it's still something.
It is.
You're still helping people even if they don't get a challenge pack.
Absolutely. I totally agree. For sure. Like that's not the only way to go. And like, that's kind of why I do like putting people that don't buy a challenge pack in our accountability group, because then they see everybody else doing it. And not because that they're going to do it because other people are, but they're going to see the benefits that it's helping all these other people. And then it may be something that they consider later. That's why I'm not a big pusher of like, you can only be in here if you have a challenge pack. Because I don't feel like, first of all, we're here to help people. We want them to be held account. If they want accountability and it's helpful for them, then that's great. Join our group. Who are we hurting? We're not hurting anybody by adding them in. But I just truly, and I just also, but as we all really truly believe in the product, that to me, like, I just want you to try it. And I want you to try it for a month. And then I promise if you want to cancel it, it's not for you, it's fine. But in that like 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks of trying, the first 2 weeks, when you start to really feel that difference, then, you know, that's your choice then, you know, for you to choose that. But yeah, the sampler pack, that's a great way to start. Who knows? Like maybe she'll love the vegan chocolate and the way it tastes. And she may not feel very much different from it right away, but it'll give her that taste to be like, this is really good. And look at all the stuff that's in it. I might try this. And maybe next time then she buys whatever challenge pack because it's only $10 more. So you buy a challenge pack next time, you know?
Actually, that's totally true. That's how I got one of my coaches, because she did the sampler pack, and I totally forgot that. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. So, I mean, talk to them about it and then see what she says. And, you know, if she's like, well, I don't want to commit to 30 days, then we have a sampler pack, you know? But you never know. Like, you never know until you ask them, have you tried it? Would you be interested in trying it? You know, everything. Would you be interested in trying to be a coach? How do we know? Like, we're not going to know. I mean, one girl, I've never talked to her, like, in terms of coaching before. And I was like, hey, do you know anybody? She's like, yeah, I'm interested. Okay. So now she hasn't signed up yet. We haven't pulled the trigger. She's supposed to do it. Haven't yet. So you never know. But how would I have known if I didn't run through my whole Facebook list and message everybody? No. So, you know, it is what it is. Just remember, this is the business you're going to keep having to put yourself out there and put yourself in new situations and try new things. Mm-hmm. And that benefits will happen when you consistently do that. So, with that said, in terms of obstacles, I'll post a couple. I'm going to post on our Team Limitless site. I'll post some of the Melanie Mitro video that I saw, and then I know we have some little like stuff in the online office about handling objections. So I'll post that stuff too, just as like resources for everybody. But I wanted to just do a quick quote about obstacles. If you guys have any questions or anything about anything, you guys got free challenge, all makes sense, right? You guys are cool with that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So quote about obstacles. Obstacles are the things we see when we take our eyes off the goal. So keep your eye on the goal and forget about all the things that get in your way. And that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for getting on tonight. And let me know if you need anything. And I will talk to you soon.
Thanks, Rania.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.